It's been over 20 years since the Lilo and Stitch movie came out.
Two worlds will collide, and paradise will never be the same.
All of our dogs are adoptable.
And it seems like the playful blue alien is as popular as ever. There's even a day celebrating the character, June 26th, which happens to be International Stitch Day, based on his origin story as Experiment 626. But with all of the love that Stitch gets around the globe, why did his attraction at Walt Disney World fail so miserably? Stitch's Great Escape was one of the most unique and controversial attractions in Disney World history. But what went wrong? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating and often forgotten history of this short-lived yet unforgettable attraction. To understand the origins of Stitch's Great Escape, we need to go back a bit further. We're talking about the year 1995, when Disney World's Tomorrowland was home to an attraction called Alien Encounter. Now, Alien Encounter was, let's say, not exactly what you'd call family-friendly. This attraction was an intense, scary, and high-tech experience where guests were transported to a futuristic space station and were tasked with witnessing an experiment involving a very dangerous alien. Spoiler alert, things went terribly wrong, and the alien escaped, wreaking havoc. The show featured some seriously scary moments. Think moving chairs, dark lighting, terrifying sounds, and a lot of suspense. This was one of Disney's more mature rides, and it really pushed the envelope for what a theme park attraction could be.
It's over there! Sorry, it's over there!
But here's the thing, it was too intense for a lot of families and younger children. And while it had a cult following, Disney realized they needed something a little more lighthearted and family-friendly. So they decided to close Alien Encounter and retheme it. That's where Stitch's Great Escape comes in. Enter Stitch, the mischievous alien from Disney's 2002 film Lilo and Stitch. This character had quickly become a fan favorite, and the movie was a box office smash. Stitch was quirky, lovable, and oh so chaotic, making him the perfect candidate for a new attraction that could appeal to a broader audience. The success of Lilo and Stitch and the popularity of the character made it an easy choice for Disney to decide that Stitch should be the face of the new experience in Tomorrowland. But what kind of ride could Stitch be part of? Disney had to come up with something that could still make use of the technology of the Alien Encounter ride, but also cater to the playful and family-friendly energy of Stitch. So in 2004, Stitch's Great Escape officially opened its doors, promising a brand new adventure. But how did it stack up against its predecessor? If you're enjoying this video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks, it really means the world to us. The premise of Stitch's Great Escape revolves around you, the guest, being recruited as part of an intergalactic prison's training exercise. In this new attraction, you were part of an experiment designed to transport a prisoner who just happened to be a troublesome alien, Stitch, from one place to another. Naturally, things went wrong, and of course, it was all Stitch's fault. Guests were seated in special chairs inside a large, dimly lit room that mimicked the look and feel of a high-tech prison. Just what you want on your family vacation, right? The attraction used cutting-edge technology for that time. It wasn't just a simple dark ride. It was an interactive experience where guests could feel the effects of Stitch's escape through high-tech physical sensations. It used similar effects to Alien Encounter since it was in the same theater, including air blasts, vibrating chairs, and scents to immerse you in the chaos of Stitch's escape. Now, when Stitch broke free, you could feel him causing trouble around you. He'd jump on your shoulders, squirm underneath you, and even breathe hot air right behind your neck. The seats were equipped to move and shake, simulating a feeling of Stitch bouncing around the room. Air blasts were used to mimic Stitch's fiery escape, and sound effects were strategically placed to give you the illusion of having Stitch right next to you. Sometimes a bit too close for comfort. They also used smell to add to the immersion. It wasn't always pleasant, but it certainly made the attraction stand out. Despite all the tech and a beloved character like Stitch, Stitch's Great Escape didn't exactly become the smash hit Disney had hoped for. Guests had mixed reactions, with some finding the ride amusing and a fun addition to the park, while others found it underwhelming and repetitive. You see, the problem was that the attraction didn't have the same draw as some of Disney's other more iconic rides. It was essentially a one-trick pony. The experience remained almost the same every time, Stitch causing chaos and the audience reacting to it. Once the novelty of the effects wore off, there wasn't much else to keep guests coming back. Plus, some guests found the experience a bit too intense for a younger audience, despite Disney's attempt to make it lighter and funnier than Alien Encounter. There was also the issue of the attraction's location. It was nestled in Tomorrowland, a part of the park already full of must-see attractions. This meant Stitch's Great Escape was often overshadowed by classics like Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. In response to the lukewarm reception, Disney tried to make changes to Stitch's Great Escape to make it more enjoyable for guests. They toned down some of the more intense effects, like the air blasts, to make the attraction more family-friendly. They also made adjustments to the ride's pacing, hoping that these tweaks would keep the attraction fresh for repeat visitors. However, even with these modifications, the attraction still struggled to find its place among Disney's vast lineup of world-class rides. It wasn't enough to make Stitch's Great Escape a must-see experience for most guests, and its appeal was limited. By 2016, Disney had essentially given up on Stitch's Great Escape. After a few years of sporadic openings, the attraction was officially closed in January 2016. But here's the thing, Disney didn't just suddenly shut it down without warning. For years, the attraction had been closing intermittently for seasonal refurbishments and operating on a limited schedule. Fans had already begun to notice the lack of a permanent schedule, and Disney eventually confirmed that Stitch's Great Escape was no longer going to be a regular attraction. It was clear that the ride wasn't as popular as Disney had hoped, and the decision to close it was part of Disney's broader efforts to create new, more immersive experiences for guests. After Stitch's Great Escape closed, the space in Tomorrowland remained relatively unused for a while. Occasionally, Disney used the area for seasonal events or as a spot for meet and greets. As for the future of Stitch at Disney World, while the attraction is long gone, the character himself is still beloved by many. You can find Stitch at character meet and greets in Tomorrowland, as well as at the Ohana restaurant at the Polynesian Resort. So what can we say about Stitch's Great Escape? While it certainly had some ambitious technology and an iconic character at the heart of the story, it just didn't hit the mark for most Disney fans. It was a bold experiment, but sometimes not every experiment is destined for success. Still, it remains a piece of Disney history, representing both the thrill of trying something new and the reality that even Disney can sometimes misfire. What do you think about Stitch's Great Escape? Were you a fan, or did it miss the mark for you? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more Disney content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and keep having fun at Disney.